months, let alone years.
Yeah. Let's skip ahead a bit. Yeah, let's just kind of talk a bit about the things that went well and the things that could have gone better, right? And like you said, right, like you're definitely improving, and it's definitely like
Yep.
there are many moments where I'm actually very happy to see you do like very nice things that you just couldn't do earlier. So
Yeah.
that makes me super like happy to see you like consistently grow. And there's some things where we still need to refine it a bit, right? Where like for example the under tower stuff, we're doing way better than we did before, and you can really really see the results of your work.
Yeah.
But there's still like a little bit of added
Yeah.
layer that needs to be added there, right?
I feel like it's like I'm fine at like how do I explain like a set stages
Mm-hmm.
like almost like to the textbook I
Yeah.
could do it, but like if something's changed I like could slightly adjust, but
Yeah.
like normally I'm used to doing it with the Q.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I think
So
I
like
think
this, what you
that
did here with this man, really good. Like waiting with your W. I'm not sure if it's intentional. It might not have been.
let me see.
But right here, right, like when this melee comes forward, like this forward one, right? If
Yeah.
this hits the tower, it's gonna be impossible to CS.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
on purpose.
yeah, and right now, if you auto attack it again, it's gonna die to the tower. So
Yeah.
this is very clean, very good.
Yeah.
I think the only way to CS this CS is if you're very early and can get one auto tower shot
Yeah.
auto off. But we couldn't, so this one you can maybe last possible frame,
Yeah, but
get it.
maybe if I autoed less, yeah, auto
Yeah,
the
right. Like, but
talent
that's
could
a
have been.
really rough one to CS. But in this situation, you can see, right, like the first minion that needs your attention is the one that's already low because that one's gonna be targeted down. So I would immediately like auto attack this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hope, like pray to God that Morgana knows to CS the other, like hit the other one. She does, and you see how like we're just late for
Yeah.
both. Like your idea is very good, but you're just too slow with it,
Yeah.
which is fine. We can like that's something that gets grown over time, and you can see right like there is a lot of growth here, and you can be very proud of that. It's really good, and you've got the idea. You understand what you need to do. It's just that because it's such a thing where you need to get the snap sec like right here, you already see right like
Yeah. Because
you need to auto attack this one twice, right?
yeah, because I think can't I like tower then W powered also a minion to kill it caster, right?
Um,
I think so, but I'm not sure.
I think this is barely out of your part W
That
auto
one, yeah,
range.
that one, yeah, but like just full health on if it towers, then I can
Um,
then I can just get.
I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure. If that's
I
the
think it's
case,
that.
then yeah, that's a good solution.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's that important because ideally I should just auto it, then tower, then auto it.
Yeah, yeah. But if that's possible, that's a good solution as well. But yeah, like this, like the moment here when you notice that this is getting messed
Yeah,
up, right, is attacking this one twice, hoping that Morgana autos that one once, so you can do one auto here, Morg autos tower shots, and you auto here, and then you auto here again.
I see. Yep.
Right? Like, and that's the goal for us. Right? That's what we want to
Okay.
do. And let's see what you do. You've got the idea. Like here, it pops in your mind because you're actually attacking that one, and then your
Yeah.
mouse realizes, oh shit, no, never mind. I needed to get this one because the timing goes off in your head. And then the minions hit that one, and you're like, oh no, what happens now? And then like this one's impossible to get straight up. It's
Yeah.
absolutely impossible.
Because normally when I'm in this situation, normally like level two, so I have my Q, which makes it a bit easier. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, now you're like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. And I'm like, well, actually, that was a very difficult one. And the only reason why it ended up going so badly is not because you didn't know what to do, it's just that you were slightly too slow with doing it,
Yeah. I see.
which is very good. Like, that's a really nice improvement from earlier where it wasn't you didn't know, like, it wasn't you knew what to do, you were too slow. It was you didn't know what to do.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes like as well as when I've gone over like what I'm doing, it's hard to judge like how well
Hmm.
I did and things because I normally like I do it almost subconsciously. That makes well.
Yeah.
It's hard to like I think about it, but like you know, it's hard
Hmm.
to explain. That was a nice cue. feel like this obviously this lane was fine, but I feel like it wasn't as bad as some lanes. They weren't like trying to pressure me as much.
Yeah, that helps as well. But at
Like
the
I
same
feel
time,
like
right? Like even like they're trying to pressure you in some ways.
yeah, but I feel like I would have struggled a lot
Uh,
more if they tried to pressure a bit more.
yeah, definitely.
Especially I don't know I keep saying it, but the best example is like the Caitlyn one.
Hmm.
So I know I can probably play around. I just find it difficult because he can just so easily just zone me off the wave.
Yeah, like that's very true, right? And
Like
here, like
literally.
here, do you like see how staying here can be
Yeah.
so good, right? Like obviously ignoring
Yeah.
whatever is going on with the river and what
Yeah,
type of
not
chaos is
I
going
was
on.
recalling because I wasn't thinking, but I was thinking the wave for like the would get to the tower, but like I saw the waves that cancelled, and also you said the finish, shove it into the tower.
Yeah, because yeah, but like in this
Yeah, I
case,
get
right?
it.
Like you see, like this cannon wave's not hitting the tower, so
Yeah.
we really need to make sure it crashes before we can recall.
Yes, it
And
really
that's kind
helps
of
as
then
well.
that's mostly what we do here. We like make sure that this wave crashes, and as like this is also like one of those like super basic rules, I guess. If you look at the minimap of like the bot lane, the way you can think of it is if it's like this wall and this wall, just draw
Yeah.
lines down. If it's in the middle, it's perfect. You can just lost it.
Hmm.
If it's beyond this wall, like your minions, just push the
Yeah.
enemy minions in. Just make sure it crashes into the tower. Otherwise, it's gonna be really awkward. If
Yeah.
it's between these thin things, like these walls, make sure to thin it out so that you can CS easily under tower, and that there's not too much CS coming into tower. And here, as you can see, like that was, see, like I was like, oh no, you're mistargeting. Oh no, this is not gonna go great. And then you like press the E, and it's super calm, super collected. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Hmm.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You know.
Which just I feel like it just helps. It's like I literally like if you check my games, I've literally only been playing kogmaw.
Yeah, and that helps a lot. But yeah, obviously we still want to go for that recall. And here, like this is like one of those moments, right? Because it's past this moments, we want to thin it out. And you notice it's like you're already like unconsciously doing it without like really knowing why. But this is great because you're making sure that whatever hits tower is less awkward for you. Obviously, like as you might notice here, right? Like the actual places you're standing in are very awkward and actually allow
Yeah.
misfortune to hit you a lot.
Wait, could you go replay it a little bit?
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
yeah.
I'll like explain it a bit more as well. So like right now, right, we can think about what we need to do to get what we need, right? We need to get this CS, we need to get this caster, and we need to get this cannon.
Hmm.
We don't need to stand here to get all of these three, right? If we stand here, for example, this is all still within our range. If we activate W, we can even stand further back, right?
Yeah.
So our position right here isn't actually necessary. We can stand anywhere from here to like here. This is actually too far. Here maybe. Right? Anywhere in this range, it's completely fine. So like this, right? We can stand
Yeah.
anywhere there, and we're still in range. So the fact that we're standing
With
closer,
my W you mean?
yeah. Without W, it'll be
Okay. Yeah.
a little bit tighter.
Yeah. The same
This.
premise still applies. I'm
Yeah.
standing too close than I need to be.
Yeah, right. And another thing, right? Like Misfortune Q, as you might remember from playing as her,
Yep.
wants to bounce
You can just
main towards
yeah
someone.
bounce off me.
So if you're playing against Misfortune, you really want to
Yeah.
avoid standing in places like that.
I
And
agree.
let's notice where we're standing right now.
Yeah.
Like you see, we're standing melee range next to the minion, opposed to
Yeah.
somewhere further away. Where if we're standing in a very nice defensive spot, like right here, then it's gonna be way more difficult. Or like even if you want, you can go like here because then you're not
Yeah.
close to this one.
So I
Like
feel like
then she's gonna get this CS, but it's gonna be more difficult to poke you.
yeah. It was like in my head. How do I think? Because I feel like I've got better at it, but I feel like a lot of the time I would like step up because I'm like, oh, I have to get this minion because it's low, even though like no minion or no towers like attacking it, and I can just let
Yeah.
it push in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the things you were doing, like the auto attacks you were doing, were great.
Yeah,
I think there was nothing wrong with that. The only issue that happened there was you were standing in a position that allowed her to punish you.
yeah, and like I feel like as I've said already, it could be worse. Like if they're trying to punish more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like that's like, but like you can see, right? Like this is just
Yeah,
huge, or half HP,
yeah,
because you stood in the wrong position there. And now, yeah, like this is when it gets awkward, and we do get the time where we need to take a completely random base because we're just too low. And like here, same thing applies, right? Like right now, is there any CS for us to like get right now or hit right now? No. So we don't need to stand this far forward. And then whoop, right. And like that E I didn't like until you did that. And I was like, well, that E seems fine. I did look at these casters and think, ooh, you're gonna need to tank that, and that's a lot of damage.
yeah,
And you get by the Zillion bomb as well, and you're like, oh, this sucks. And you
yeah,
kind of missed them anyways, and you barely missed your timings. And this is where it gets super awkward because this is the kind of minion already, like minion wave already, and you just can't
yeah,
really get the CS anymore because you're too low. And this all stems from um like your mind not thinking ahead, being like,
yeah,
okay, what do I need to CS? Where do I like that positioning right there was good. You still got hit because the Zillion
yeah,
played it well, but that positioning and that standing, that location was good. Right? You weren't standing too far forward. And this
yeah,
kind of like continues. Like right now, like here you see, like this is one of those things where because you're kind of standing still and trying to maximize your autos,
yeah,
the Zillion almost get like here you see like he's just running at you, and because we're doing this right, like we're doing 3 or 4 inputs there, then he can come close to us.
yeah. I see. It's hard because managing that with the filling out my wave as well, or like prepping the wave, should I say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean it's difficult, right? Because there's lots to focus
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
but it's possible. Yeah, we come like and yeah, like this honestly, this is a very awkward moment to recall, but we kind of need to. We can't stay in that
yeah.
lane with that
Obviously,
mana HP. It's not a good recall at all, but sometimes you need to take bad recalls. And here,
yeah. Just,
don't watch the fucking fight. Look at yourself. You took another bomb. No,
just
what? Ah, you got like almost
yeah,
hit by another bomb. Careful, man. Just look at you. Care about yourself. It's all right. I know it's fun to look at your teammates sometimes, but man.
is it?
But like here,
Yeah,
like that CS thing was really good.
yeah,
That was great, right? And
yeah,
the rest, like you'll see at 10 minutes, we're gonna have almost 70 CS, right? That's really good, right? We're still not where we want to be, but before we were getting 50 CS at 10 minutes,
yeah,
right? And that's a big difference, right? So you can even see in just the numbers, yeah, you're getting way better. You're finding ways to like solve the things. And this is another
yeah,
thing, right? Like I'm not sure if you remember, but the previous session I had to explain to you why certain minions were problematic, and because
yeah,
you couldn't see it consistently. And now you just see it consistently. You
yeah.
don't even
It's true.
notice.
It's true.
Yeah, and this is like one of those things where you might say like, "Oh, I'm not sure if I'm improving at all." I'm just like, "Well, look at your gameplay right now."
Yeah,
you know, I can tell you straight up, it's pretty easy. It's
yeah.
pretty obvious right here.
I just don't know. I wish it was that easy for me all the time.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but this is like a big difference, right? Because before you weren't even recognizing the
yeah,
problem. Now you're recognizing the problem, and often you're dealing with it very well, but there are moments where you're not dealing with it perfectly, right? And you're kind of you're like slightly messing up, and because of that, it's completely different, right? And then your main other thing right now, which was present then too, is the fact that you're standing in positions that allow your opponents to consistently just hit you.
Yeah.
And yeah, like some people could like this is like one of those moments where yeah, if you're trying to win more games, then absolutely you go hard in here. I think oh yeah, this was the moment where you get your double kill.
Yeah.
Wasn't the most clean, but who cares?
Yeah.
We got them both.
Surprised I didn't panic. So I was like, oh, the fizz isn't dead.
Mhm. Yeah, and here same thing again, right? Like just make sure the wave is crashed. And as you can
Yeah.
see, wave is past these rocks.
Yeah.
So we gotta make sure it's just crash into the tower. Anytime it's past these rocks, just push it into enemy tower. And then often, honestly, recall. Like this is a great moment to recall.
Just trying to think in general. Does it not matter how big the wave is, or is it just in recent? But like.
I mean, if it's like a huge wave, then it gets better to recall. But the main reason for recalling would be you have a lot of gold or you don't have a lot of mana or HP, right?
Okay.
And the timing is mostly just if you crash the wave into the enemy tower, that's the time to like that's a possible spot you can recall.
Yeah. How would I go about it if like someone's like last hit, like equivalent to like kind of what I've been doing like the whole laning phase?
Hmm?
How would I go if like they're trying to hold a freeze basically, or something like
Depends
that?
where.
Like, yeah.
If they're trying to do it in front of your tower, you're very happy.
Yeah, but like in front of their tower, you know, like sometimes I find it hard to like break. Like sometimes the waves that isn't where I want it to be, you know. Then I have to like stack the two waves, aren't I?
I mean, you mean like if it was held
Yeah, like
right
here.
here?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, then we need to make sure that the wave is crashed because it's past these rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's crashed, then you know, good luck
Yeah,
freezing it.
I
The
see.
tower will do it for us.
Yeah, I see.
And obviously, right, like some stuff that's going on here still is that we're just randomly missing CS. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's terrible. Like that's not something we want. And here, yeah, like honestly, if we know it's Duskblade, this guy like Yi, then it's pretty over already. So
Yeah. I don't know. I think I just got greedy and just like, yeah, but I want the skull.
yeah, like
I don't know. I
yeah,
don't
there's a
like.
ton of random stuff that's
Yeah,
happening, but at the same time, you know,
I
some
know.
of that
I don't.
random stuff is pretty okay.
I know. I don't like Duskblade.
You don't like Duskblade?
No, I think it's a good item. I just don't like playing against it.
Ah, okay.
It's annoying. I think that's more just me being bad, though, to be honest.
Yeah, this is obviously the part where we just start looking on the map, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
where's gold? Where's gold? Where's gold? Let's look. Let's find. Let's find.
Yep.
And yeah, sometimes like this is like a moment where, um, like I would personally describe it as like, so so your thought process should probably be step one, lanes. This one, this
Yeah.
one. They're empty. So step like lanes, no. Step two, so like I'll do it like this. Step one is lanes, so just
Yep.
do LA. Step two is teams, so do TE. And step
Yep.
three is jungle.
Yeah.
Right. So right now we can look on the map and we can see lanes. Nope. There's no lanes for us to get. Then we can look at our team. Is our team trying to do something? Doesn't really seem like it right now. Okay, let's do one jungle camp. Right, this
Yeah.
wolves, and then when we're finished with the wolves, same
Just
steps.
repeat the whole
Yeah,
process. Yeah.
so we're looking at lanes again, we're looking at team, and then we're looking at jungle. So if we do this process here, right, I think, which is like fine, right, like that, this is going, but like this is great. So this is here. So okay, we finished it. Lanes. Nope. Team. maybe. If you would go to the team right now, I wouldn't mind. If you judge, okay, my team is basically fighting over nothing, it'll be finished soon, let's do another camp, also fine. Right? Like both of those are solid options, like solid reasonings. And then right now you finish this, same thing. Lanes, nope. Team, they are fighting. You could argue, oh, it's gonna be over in like a second, so I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna do this. Right? And you'd be correct, surprisingly enough. And now, you know, lanes, nope. Team, oh shit, there's a team fight. Let's go there real quick.
Like, yeah, I was thinking like that, but not like as streamlined, if you get what I mean. Like,
Yeah, and that's fine. Right. And here we know it's a swap. You know, they just got a lot of kills, and it's not gonna look great for us.
yeah.
I think I would have healed the Aurelia here to make sure she doesn't die, but in the end, she decides to just dash in herself.
I don't know. I feel
And
like
here, being nice and safe.
I've
Same
got
thing again. Let's look at the lanes. I already told you. Look, bot lane's coming into you. Right now, lanes. You could run entirely top lane, but I don't think it's very worth. I don't think your team's doing anything special. So let's just do jungle. And then we look at lanes again. Wow, this bot lane looks pretty spicy. So let's go get it. At this point, we're already on bot lane, so we might as well get this incoming wave. Then we're looking on the map again. Lanes. Nope. Team. It looks like Skarner's going for Dragon. Right? So let's help him with it. Which will we do?
Can you slow this bit down a bit quickly? At the Drake.
So like right now, there's a couple of choices we can make. So first we look lanes. Nothing on the lanes. Then we look team. Team's very split. However, Skarner seems to want to do Giant. Right? So at this point, it's our option. Do we want to, 1, help Skarner with Dragon? 2, look for jungle camps? Or 3, look for a recall because we got 1300 gold? All of those would be fine. I think going for the Dragon here is a great option. You're basically next to it. Your like enemy jungler is dead, and your jungler is already ready for it. You know. It's even Infernal Soul for some unholy reason. And obviously, yeah, this can be played slightly better. Like you can, like if you press W there, then I think you might survive even, but you know, who cares? That was completely fine. It's okay, we're buying stuff. And again, same logic, right? Lanes. Oh, mid looks fine. Let's get mid. There it is. Beautiful. Right now again, let's look lanes. Right now going, oh. Oh, right, your Discord stuff.
Yeah.
Is she like nothing in lanes? Team's doing nothing. Let's do this camp.
Yeah.
Same here. Like that's basically you can boil it down, right? And you're following it quite well, which is nice. Right, because that means you've got quite some of the basic stuff in regards to like moving around a map already down.
Yeah.
And I think this might be one of those games where at the end you have 7 CS a minute. I'm not entirely sure what's.
Oh, I can check on the website, can't I?
I think you're missing like 7 CS. If I'm doing like quick math in my mind correctly, yeah.
It's just always me. I'm always like.
Yeah, 7 times 3 is 21.
I did the CS drill before you called me, and the 5-minute one, and I was 33 on both of them.
But yeah, here like we could have obviously done it way better. We missed our early goals, so that harms it a lot, and we died a couple of times. You can see, right? Like I think this is like a 6.8 or 6.7. Yeah. Because 7 CS a minute at this point would be 210. Because 3 times 7 is 21. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I can do basic math.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, like see, we're 8 CS off of our CS goal at the minute, right? Let's just look at all the timings, right? This is like a quick check how good we were doing. So 5 minutes, we're on 29. We're missing 5 CS here. 10 minutes. We're on 67. We're missing 13 CS here. And then at the end of the game, um, we're missing 8 CS here. Right, so
Yeah.
we're getting quite close. Slick way better, man.
Yeah.
It's really good to see.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're having a good time as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like yeah. It's just normally like I feel like it's just more enjoyable to just focus on myself than others.
yeah, absolutely. In the end, that's what like League's all about. You know, having a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, do you have any questions?
Um, let's think. Off the top of my head, no. I'm just trying to think.
Hmm.
No, I think you answered most of them. Because my main question would be like, is like someone was pressuring more, but then you went over about the position and standing
Yeah.
back. Yeah. But no, I don't think I have any.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that was fun, quite enjoyable and helpful.
Perfect. Um, once you're hitting the CS goals, or even, you know, if you're just doing well, just send me a message, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
it'll be great to hear from you,
Yeah.
just in general.
I feel like as a whole, the coaching sessions have definitely been helpful.
Perfect. Oh, before you leave, something
Yeah.
that I would want to ask for you, which would be super helpful because I'm planning to do something of a small course for the mentees,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
one of the things I'm planning to do is essentially getting just a gameplay VOD. It can be like 10 minutes or just a full game, right? With
Yeah.
not necessarily sound or anything from students from different levels in the stage process.
I see.
And then basically just sending out to the mentees, and then they can comment on how they would want to deal with this situation, what kind of things they would want to focus on. So
Mhm.
could you maybe, for me,
Right.
just
Record a game.
record one of your like games, just any random
Yeah.
game, and just upload it to YouTube, and you can even private like make
Yeah.
the link
I
hidden
can.
and everything.
Yeah. I can do. I can do that.
Yeah, that would be super helpful.
Mhm.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I can definitely do that. That's quite easy. I've got my OBS, so I can just record a game.
Oh yeah, thank you.
No problem.
All right, I'll talk to you soon then.
All right. See you then.